raining down here at Malvern Park, but good.
Got to start with, what high school did you go to and what's your background?
I grew up in Australia. I was actually born in Blenheim, but I family moved over there in 2006, so when I was 5. Went to school, did all my schooling over there at a place called the Armidale School, about 4 hours away from where we grew up, and about 7 hours northwest of Sydney. So, yeah.
Cool. What's your earliest memory of rugby there?
Earliest memory of rugby is actually here in New Zealand, up in Blenheim, of all places, where we went for our camp a month ago now probably, and playing for Harlequins, a small club there, and it was actually quite cool when we were up in Blenheim. We were training and playing on the park where I first ever played rugby, which was kind of a full circle moment for me.
That's cool. Is there a past coach or something that you've learned in your rugby upbringing that really stands out for you?
Yeah, it's probably one person in particular. It was probably when I was in Australia, when I was first transitioning to tackle rugby, probably when I was like 6 through to 8 or something. This guy named Tim Guesty, we all used to call him.
Shout out to Guesty.
Massive shout out to Guesty. I haven't seen him for a few years now, but I was petrified actually of Guesty before I moved over to his team. But yeah, he was pretty sort of instrumental actually in just me like transitioning into that and learning to love rugby and love tackling and understanding, sort of getting better with the game. So yeah.
What do you think is going into the preparation to create a winning culture for the boys in 2024?
Yeah, this year's sort of funny. Like, it didn't seem too different to the start of last year, I suppose. But yeah, I think it's just slightly different group this year. Everyone sort of seems to be on the same page about sort of where we're headed. We've sort of got a common goal and direction that we want to be a successful Sydenham team this year. And I mean, the camp up in Blenheim was huge. Like, previous club never did anything like that. And so it's pretty massive for like the connection and the boys getting to know each other a bit better and feeling confident, feeling comfortable with each other. So yeah, I'd say it's been good stuff.
Can you tell me, because you're in the flankers, what are you seeing from where you are, like in the scrum or on the field, that you'll be looking out for in the games ahead?
Just like, for me personally, probably looking for like players getting isolated. I love trying to get over the ball and that sort of thing. So yeah, it'll be just isolated players and just looking to try and shut them down early, like get up in their face. And I think we can win a physical battle. If we get in their face early and shut them down, then hopefully it'll be a good result on our behalf. Yeah.
I just want to mention your family's been over a couple of times in support. How do you balance the work, life, rugby and all your dreams in the meantime?
Yeah, it's funny, like this, I mean, grateful for mum and dad making the effort to come over. That's been pretty massive. Like, I don't really get to play in front of too many people very often, so it's sort of whenever they come over, it's pretty special. And I do have some family from Blenheim that come down to Christchurch every now and then, which is cool. And yeah, just balancing life and rugby and everything's been interesting. Like, this is my last year at uni now, so it's sort of like a bit of a shift sort of towards trying to make sure I get that degree done and make sure it's not any longer than it needs to be.
Well, what would you say, you've been here for a while, to someone junior or senior coming to have a go at Sydenham Rugby?
I mean, just get down, give it a go. Like, rugby is one of those things. It's a physical sport, and it's kind of a little bit scary when you first think about it, especially for a junior. But like, the friends that you get out of playing rugby is just next level. Like, you don't make friends on that sort of deeper level doing much else, to be honest.
Well, look, I know you've got to run and I've got to run, so I'm going to put you on the hot seat. You're going to answer these questions as quickly as possible. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself definitely travelling throughout Europe, probably Canada. Definitely see myself overseas in the next 5 years.
Nice. Mum says that you disappear every summer. Where do you go? What are you
I
doing?
usually go back out to the Wobs out in the middle of Australia, get a job, hopefully saving enough money to get back through my uni year and then having to do too much work during the year so that I can balance rugby, uni and my social life.
Real quick, what do you do in the Wops?
Last summer I actually was driving a harvester back home for a contractor that lives near us, so yeah, I did that for 3 months, which was fun.
I got a message as well, rubbing is racing except when you're versing your dad. What is that all about?
So Dad, if he had it his way, I probably wouldn't have ever played rugby. I probably would have been racing motorbikes. But yeah, probably 4 or 5 years ago I was back home and we were racing each other, and he says that I cleaned him out in the corner, but I still think that he could have stopped. So I'll be taking that onto my grave. Sorry, Dad. It'll never be my fault.
Cool. And I hear you like a dress up. So, if there was a movie made about your life, who would play you?
Probably. He's not an actor, but probably Robert Earl.
Well, look, it's been a joy having you here. I know from when you came in last summer, you're just huge smile on your face, excited to be amongst it and be around. It's been great having you, and be keen to see what you get done this year on the paddock. Thank you very much for the interview. Have you got any parting words?
Nah, just thank you for the club for being a pretty awesome culture and place, inviting place, and yeah, thank you Ashley for doing what you do.
Thanks, Josh.
Appreciate it.